Springtime in Brockton, there's nothing quite like it. Hello and welcome to One North Maine BCA's magazine show, where we profile people, places, and events that make our city great. I want you to sit back and relax today because we have a special episode featuring 5 fantastic events. The Council on Aging recognizes their volunteers for the great work they do day in and day out. Sensation Day held at Fuller Craft Museum. Isaiah Caban's family throws out the first pitch at the Brockton High School baseball varsity game. The Brockton High School marching band performs at Fenway Park. The makerspace ribbon cutting at the Brockton Public Library. So sit back, relax, and see what your community, the City of Champions, has to offer. There are few, if any, organizations in the city that have more volunteers than the Council on Aging. Who are these volunteers? What makes them tick? I'll tell you, it's the program that is run inside. It's an absolutely fabulous program. We've covered many events, and the volunteers make it run with support from a great staff. Recently, the COA had a recognition ceremony thanking these volunteers for all of their efforts. While I head inside, you check it out. Council on Aging recently celebrated National Volunteers Week by recognizing many of the volunteers that make the COA a great place to be. Executive Director Janice Fitzgerald announced that over 800 hours of volunteer service were provided by these wonderful people, at a cost savings of more than $81,000. Wow.
And if it wasn't for you, we would be non-existent over there. So thank you so very much. I also want to take a second and acknowledge some folks that have been volunteering for over 10 years. Pat Brindley, Dan and Irene Clegg, Eleanor Duval, Evelyn Ginsberg, Phyllis Hancock, Bill and Dot Lufkin, Derek and Vincent Ritchie, Francis Sorgman, and Millie Bowker. Every single one of you every day are so professional, you're so committed, you're strong, stronger than I could ever be. You're given a responsibility, you do it without question, you make sure it's done. And honestly, a couple times I've had to drag people out of the center at the end of the day because they want to stay and finish their job. I'm like, let's go. But you all give me more than just volunteer hours. You give me love, you give me friendship, strength. You keep me grounded, you make me laugh. Sometimes you have a little attitude, right, Cecilia? We have our newsletter crew. Computer instructors. Our knitters. The commodity program, 4th Wednesday. Fine arts class. Yay! my Veterans Day honoree, who gets handsome and handsome every year. Our COA hostess and photographer. You keep all the memories alive. Our singing instructor.
Let us make you smile.
And we have our very own Ms. Hallmark, who comes in and keeps our cards and coupons in great order. Mad Hatters. You've got it down to a science.
Why do I volunteer? Let's see. I find it fulfilling. Very fulfilling to do in helping other people.
I like getting out, meeting other people, and being just friendly.
I like helping people, and I got a lot of friends at the COA, so it's good to be there.
We really have fun. We do a lot of charity work in our group, and we love it.
How many groups do you volunteer with?
I think it's 9.
We just want to go over what's in the bags for you today. We have some sunglasses because Michelle and Carla worked very hard decorating the center, and the theme was "You Are Our Star." So we wanted to give you some glasses for the paparazzi.
Oh. Wow.
We have a lanyard, so you can put your swipe key on it and you don't lose it.
All right.
Yep. This is popcorn. What does it do when you put it in the mic?
Pop, 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 pop. Is that it? Is that what you want to hear? Pop, 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 pop. It pops.
Licorice, which I'll take. You guys shouldn't be having that. And lastly, a lapel pin to say how much we appreciate you. So thank you.
Thank you. And we love you and I love you.
Janice, thank you for another fabulous time at the Council on Aging. And we are going to transition to another event that we recently had in the great city of Brockton. It was at the Fuller Craft Museum. It was called Sensation Day.
No.
There was a lot happening. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Sage Brousseau. I'm the Education Coordinator for Fuller Craft Museum. And today is Sensation Day. We host 2 a year during the school vacation weeks. And Sensation Day is a free event for families with children of all ages to experience craft in a very hands-on, sensory way. So we have several activities happening in our studios and throughout the museum that kids and families can participate, make some art, have a great time exploring different craft media, and also we will have performances, a storyteller in the morning, and some musicians this afternoon.
I am with Luminarium Dance Company. We are based in Cambridge, and other than dance performances, we do what are called community outreach programs, specifically for education programs with our youth. We are trying to create dance in revenues that don't necessarily have dance as an outlet. So today at the Fuller Craft Museum, we are showing people that art isn't just limited to still artifacts. Art is movement, and movement can make art come alive. Whenever I turn the light on, it is a symbol of glass blowing, how the glass moves into different shapes. And then once I turn the light off, which is why I was freezing in place, it creates the illusion that the glass is now still and it's in its permanent form.
I'm playing with clay. I'm trying to make myself into some sort of beautiful piece of ceramic something.
And why'd you start at the leg?
Well, that's where we all start, right? From the ground up.
You are doing a great job with the clay, but the thing that fascinates me most is the knobs on the floor. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, they're there to weigh down the canvas.
This is Campanelli Stadium, and I'm on the pitcher's mound. Isaiah Caban, 15-year-old, budding baseball player, played for the Brockton High School freshman team. Unfortunately, he recently passed. The Brockton High School varsity baseball team invited his family to throw out the first pitch and hopefully begin the healing process. Let's take a look.
A sad tragedy happened here in Brockton recently. A young man named Isaiah Caban was killed in a car accident. Isaiah was a Brockton High freshman baseball player. His father was asked to throw the first pitch during a recent game held at the Campanelli Stadium.
How has it been for you guys?
Well, initially it's very tough for all of us to go through something like that. Like even if some of us didn't know him too well, it was still pretty tough. Him being part of our program, we're all one big family.
Please remain standing as we introduce the Brockton High Colored Guard.
Up, Will. Mark. Forward. March. Hold. Hold.
Now introducing Michelle Garcia, who will be performing the national anthem. Please remain standing.
Breathe then. Arms.
baseball to the day I died. That's the picture I put on my page. And he did die doing what he loved. He was coming for practice, the baseball game for practice. I thank everyone for the support. Young people, if you want to make it to your major league, keep trying. Don't give up. Never give up. Work hard.
But my son had a whole different role where he was actually preaching to other people, helping other people.
The Brockton High School varsity baseball team is a class act. The Caban family was invited to throw out the first pitch, and hopefully it helps with their healing process. Now we're going to transition to another baseball event, but it involved the Brockton High School marching band at Fenway Park. Mad Dog Matt Nelson, what's happening at Fenway?
We're here at America's most beloved ballpark. That's right, it's Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. The New York Yankees are taking on the Boston Red Sox, but it's what's happening before the game that matters to the residents of Brockton. The Brockton High School Marching Band is playing America's own national anthem on the field at Fenway. There's nothing more American than that. Let's check it out. We're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Vinny Macrina. Mr. Macrina, we are here at Fenway Park. Tell us what's going on and what brought the Brockton High School Marching Band here.
Oh, thank you. Well, we got here, this is actually our second time. The first time we came down here when we had a fundraiser to buy new uniforms for the students. And I asked Steve Green from WB Mason to help out with the situations. And we rented them a box. He gave some of his tickets to raffle off, which we raised quite a bit of money for the students for the uniform. And I said, gee, too bad we can't play the national anthem, joking around. So sure enough, he set it up, and about 4 years ago, we came down and played it, and actually we played it down the end this time. So it was such a great time. Then they asked us again, and so we're pretty pleased about that. We can only bring 55 kids.
I mean, it's just a great honor. I think it says a lot about how hard the students have worked and how hard, Mr. Macrina has worked with them. And, it's just great to be here, really.
Yeah, it's been a really great season for us with the marching band this season. The kids have worked really hard, and this is a great reward for them for a year of working tirelessly with all the drill and music that we've thrown at them this year. So this is nice. This is a nice reward, and got to spend some time with the representatives at the State House today, and they thanked us for all the hard work that we do for them as well. So
it just makes me warm inside that I get to be able to do something I love in front of people.
This is a huge deal for us to be here. We're so excited playing in front of a crowd like this and just being at a stadium that I've always grown up watching and doing something that I've loved my entire life. It's huge.
And here to perform our national anthem are members of the Brockton High School Band.
We're in the common area outside the Brockton Public Library on Main Street. Recently, a room was dedicated to people with creativity called the makerspace. It was a ribbon cutting ceremony, and it's an exciting new venture for the library. Let's check it out.
What happens is this is hot and this melts. So you put it right there between the metal on the circuit board and the metal of the resistor, and see the solder flows and it makes a permanent connection. And then this is how your television is made inside. Did you know that?
I'd like to welcome each of you here. I'd like to thank you for coming, and I think we have an exciting program put together for those of you who've come out to see what we have here. We're going to be doing the ribbon cutting to open our makerspace at the Brockton Public Library. This has been a collaborative effort that we've had a lot of good support from. We have funds that are supporting this through the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners and the Institute of Museum and Library Services. We have a STEM grant, which is the basis of the funds for this new makerspace, which is to become a centerpiece of our STEM grant in the next several months. Now, I'd like to thank Lucia Shannon for all of the good work she did preparing this space and managing the grant. I need to thank our two most enthusiastic volunteers. We have Eval Silvera over here, who is key person, founder of Code Connect, and has done a great deal working with students doing coding and robotics, and also Pat Monteith next to him. Pat has been recognized as a solar system ambassador by NASA, and she's done a tremendous amount coaching our students in their science projects with really remarkable results.
This is something that started almost as a chance, where I was working with some students on their science fair projects. As a matter of fact, this display board over here shows you the very first project that we worked at here in the library. And I started by using the tutor rooms, and then at some point the projects were a little more complicated than what we could do in a tutor room. So I went to Lucia Shannon and I said, so do you have any other space where we could, you know, leave some parts of the project and work on it from week to week? And so the project right there on the green board is the one that is, I think, probably the thing that started, the project that started this makerspace, because the more we use this room here to work on that project, the more I kept saying to Lucia, you know, we really should turn this room into a makerspace.
So we're so excited. Code Connect has been a part of the family of the Brockton Public Library for just over a year. We've been honored to be able to service about approximately over 50 kids over that past year, teaching kids and exposing kids to the latest in technology, coding, robotics, and it's been really exciting. So we're actually looking forward to make use of the makerspace.
This machine here is called a makey-makey. It's a little circuit that lets you close a loop. So this is called a ground. You have to touch kind of the metal part here, and then when you touch a banana or you touch the Play-Doh, you're closing the circuit.
My left hand.
There you go. So this is a programming language called Scratch, and it was developed at MIT, and it basically lets students program things fairly easy.
Again, thank you for all the great support that we've received from so many of you, and we officially open our makerspace.
Another One North Main in the books. Fantastic events are always happening in our fair city. To learn more about Brockton Community Access, please visit our website at bcatv.org. You can also check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/The Brockton Channels, all one word. For executive producer Mark Lindy and producer Aaron Tebow, I'm Jay Miller, and we'll see you around town.